Morning, children. Welcome to social class. Today, let's see chapter 8, that is sources of history and timelines. In that, we are going to learn sources of history and timelines. What is history? History is a study of the past. Let's see about story of one girl. Anu is very happy. She has just completed her holiday project. The topic of her project is My Family History. During the summer vacation, she went to visit her grandparents who live in Kerala, along with her parents, sister, uncle, aunt, and cousin. She asked them a lot of questions about how their lives had changed over the years. She wrote all the details about the ancestral house and family members in her diary. She got to know a lot of things about her family's past. These can be called the history of her family. You can also find out about the history of your family. Take the help of any members of your family and fill in the blanks below. Yes, dear children, in your textbook it is given in the blanks. You can fill it for yourself, your father's name and mother's name, parents got married, which which year they got married, and the city and brother name, and father's parents live, in which place they will live. You can write all those things, you can fill it in this blanks. Now, sources of history. Yes, you can see sources of history. Timelines are help us to understand when events in the past took place. We use a system of counting years called the Gregorian calendar, which starts with the birth of Christ. Yes, it means sources of history. If you look at photo albums in your home, you may see photographs of time when you were a baby, festivals celebrated, close relatives, birthdays, and other important occasions. In your home, you will also find old greeting cards and letters sent to you and your family. All these are sources which tell you about your family's history. Yes, you can find out the old things, your photos or your father, mother, how they are in old. You can find out in the sources of history. Just like the history of our families, we also need to know about the history of the people who lived along. Yes, you can see the pictures here. The history, as we now know, is the study of the past. We can learn about the past from various sources of history. These sources can be in the form of objects used by people who lived long ago. Yes, those people lived in a long ago time. They used this type of things. See this coin, that vessel, an old house. You can see the picture, such as weapons, paintings, old books, and papers called manuscripts, coins, and remains of buildings and places. Even old furniture, clothes that people wore, or the toys that children played with help us in understand the story of the past. Yes, these things the old people was using that. This old building, coin, like this things they were using. Timeline. You can see backwards and forward the this one picture. You can see first like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Timber, Instagram, Pinterest. Okay, these things now in means growing day by day. That is growing. To know about the fast, we need to know what happened. Beside this, we also need to know when those things happen in order to understand the link between dates and events in history. Historians use a scale called timeline. Yes, this is called timeline. In a timeline, the dates for different events are placed in the order or sequence in which they happened. Okay, we count the days, months, and years using a system of counting called a calendar. Like this calendar, we can using in those days. The calendar that we use is called a Gregorian calendar. It was created in Europe over 400 years ago. Yes, this was in 400 ago before only they are created calendar. CE forwards, BCE backwards, both of Jesus Christ. When we talk about something happening in 500 BCE, it means that the particular event happened 500 years before the birth of Christ. Yes, when we are talking about BCE, that is, we'll talk back. Means when before Jesus Christ, what was happening, what are the things happened, that one we are talking. If something happened in 1000 BCE and this is 2016, it means it happened really 3016 years ago. So remember that when we talk of CE, we count forwards, and when we talk of BCE backwards, we count backwards. These are the BCE years, they are counted backwards. This means that the year 500 BCE came after the year 1000 BCE. These are the CE years, they are counted forwards. This means that the year 500 came before the year 1000 CE. You can see the calendar like this. They were preparing, they were using the scale to count the calendar. Means we use a system of counting years called the Gregorian calendar, which starts with the birth of Christ. Yes, dear children, now understood. I'll stop here. You can go through test book. Thank you, dear children.